Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I apologize if my videos in the upcoming month are spotty. Megan and I are moving to a new house. Hoping to. We have a month to do some repair work on the new house so that the appraiser can come in, so that the loan can be improved, so that then everything can go through and we can close. Um, from there, we still have to get our house completely cleaned up, ship-shape, booked out, and ready to go. And I'm glad we're going to be getting some help. But so at Walmart and some other places, people have said have been starting to spaz out. Oh, be on the lookout for the Easter llama. Be on the lookout for the Easter llama. And I'm thinking, the bunny not enough? So I sure enough, at our local Walmart, there's the Easter llama popping up on the stupid cards and in all the little gift packs and baskets and crap. Like, okay, I have to figure out where this came from. Did a little research online, and it came from one of a couple different sources. There's a children's book about it, which has gotten several reviews of being creepy. Came from an Easter egg on Winamp or an Easter egg on Spore, which is a video game. Um, like, is that really all it takes? Because this isn't the first year that Easter llama has been a thing. Is this all it takes for something to become a tradition? I mean, albeit having something come across as creepy is perfect fodder for something to become a anthropomorphic symbol of a holiday. I mean, shoot, look at everything we have going for us. Santa Claus doesn't help. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Krampus is starting to come back, and there's nothing jolly or pleasant about that. Um, Leprechaun, need I say more? Halloween, just anything with Tim Burton. And my first thought is, this is going nowhere. This is ridiculous. We're furthering this descent into asinine stupidity. But then I'm thinking, let's just be a force for something a little bit different, shall we? Let's take this idea and run with it. Run with it to the so far into the realm of stupid that we circle all the way back around into sanity. Okay? So Megan and I are going to be creating our own traditions. Instead of Super Bowl, we'll have the Superb Owl Sunday, complete with sushi and the cat-driven chariot. We have Cattywampus Day, which is celebrated whenever we feel like it. And just a whole host of holidays that we feel like. Because there's not enough love in the world. There's not enough happiness in the world. There's not enough reasons to genuinely celebrate in the world. And especially with the way we're going, especially first world countries, everything is turning into a reason for people to be angry. You can't post something on Twitter without it becoming an uproar. You can't post something on Facebook without someone being mortally offended. I mean, if I wanted to deal with people constantly giving me the look that I'd offended themselves and their ancestors, I'd get more cats. They're good at that look. What they do have in common with all of these flamers and trolls and social justice warriors on the internet is you really can't pick apart the basis for how offended they are. Sometimes they're even offended for the sake of other people, which is retarded. There's so much I'm not understanding about what's going on. Makes me appreciate that the town I live in is rather small. I can walk to the post office, and I'm surrounded by people that believe in the material, in the value of work. No handouts here. You take that scrap of wood you're given and you turn it into something worth $5. You take that $5, you invest it in some seeds to plant in your garden, and then you take everything you've grown from your garden and turn it into $50. That's the kind of people that I enjoy working with. Right? Especially those who are willing to say, you know what, I've got this leftover paint I don't need. I'd like some of your lotion bars or some of the stuff you've been making. Can we trade? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. You and I are friends now. I'll make you dinner too, for all I care. Honestly, some people have blocked me on Facebook for this idea, saying I'm too old-fashioned. I'm too stuck in old ways. But then I got told this past week at work that I will always be a millennial. Doesn't matter what I do, what I accomplish, I'm a millennial. Which is retarded, because I have worked pretty darn hard to not fit that millennial stereotype. Do I have fears of the future? Sure, doesn't everyone? Do I think the society is crumbling around our feet from the inside? Absolutely. But in the meantime, I won't be the person looking for handouts. I will never be the person starting to go fund me. Okay? There are some good GoFundMes out there. There are some GoFundMe pages that absolutely need to be made. But there are a lot of Kickstarters, there are a lot of GoFundMe pages that are stupid, that don't need to be made, that are outright lazy. And as soon as I say that, there's someone that's going to be offended about it. Oh boy. It might just been that I've been working in law enforcement too much, but I don't care. Unless you are willing to work and overwork and sacrifice by the sweat of your brow, then you're kind of leaning back and expecting others to do something for you. And for you to be capable of working and choose to not do so is an insult to you, your family, and everything you're trying to stand up for. It's one thing to be an armchair advisor. It's another thing to have something to back that up with. And the first thing you back it up with is who you are. Your moral and integrity credibility. Which, if you want to say there's a stereotype among millennials, it's that. First and foremost. Because we've grown up with this accepted anonymity. It's one thing for me to have to sign everything Tony Graff. It's another thing to hide behind whatever username I can invent. Because no one's policing usernames. No one cares about Delta Codex 513. No one cares about Necronomicon. Because those are just usernames. They're just usernames. They're fun. They're innocent. But they give us the power to say whatever we want without repercussions. And there's the danger. You can say whatever we want online. Shoot, I could throw on a mask and be a completely different person. Start up a new YouTube channel, no one knows the two are connected. But there's that problem. Is that we have this whole world of anonymity online. A whole world where we can imagine a new persona, create that new persona, and do whatever we want with that new persona. But that doesn't work in the real world. That doesn't function in the real world. That's called being a con artist. That's called falsifying information. That's called a false identity, and are in fact crimes in the real world. But you try to live a life without consequences, that's when that snowball of the millennial stereotype runs everyone over. So, I'm pissed off at my coworker for saying that I will always be a millennial. I've worked hard to not be so. I'm pissed off at the millennials that have helped generate this stereotype. And I'm also pissed off at the older generation that puts us in the situation where we're pretty much afraid of everything. As courageous as we look and as much time as we spend at the gym collectively, we're still scared of cats. We're still 20 and 30-year-olds that haven't learned to fail properly. If I could say that. And that's a whole another rant that I can spend another day on, but I'm not going to bore you too much. So I will bore you in the future with that information, but not today because I have packing to do. As you can see, all the artwork has been taken down because that's one of the last things that needs to get unpacked. Thankfully, being part of the connected generation means that it was pretty easy to find a list of everything that needs to be done and the order it needs to be done in or should be done in for a nice, smooth, easy transition to the new house, which I need to go and do some more of that. But there you have it. Let me know what you think of the millennial stereotype. Comment below. I'll catch you later.